In the ancient town of Ilis, stories moved through the air like market dust. And among all the tales the elders whispered, none was bigger than the story of Adebola, the boy who grew into a man whose hands could turn dust into gold. By 21, Adebola had built shops, warehouses, even hotels. People called him the child of fortune. His name walked through the town before he even arrived. But every fortune in Ilis cast a shadow. There was a woman known across the town as Aya Efo, the godmother. She was not a mother by blood, but by wisdom and by fear. She knew things the way a river knows its own path. Her scarf was always the color of dusk, and her footsteps bent the air. When children saw her, they followed her shadow as though learning secrets. Adebola had once sat at her feet as a boy tying prayer beads. But as a man, he returned with gifts, silk, money, wine from across the ocean. Some believed he wanted her blessing. Others whispered he wanted to own what the town respected most. Only Adebola knew why he went back to her. On the night of the Eduro festival, the town shook with drums. Lanterns swung in the wind. Laughter filled the streets. The smell of roasted yam and palm wine covered the air. Adebola, shining in a suit fit for royalty, invited the godmother to his mansion, a place so large the walls had their own echo. She arrived quietly. Her dust-colored scarf floated like memory. When she stepped inside, the crowd fell silent for a breath. She sat, calm and still, and the room felt as though it bowed to her presence. "You did not invite me here for festival yam," she said. "No," Adebola replied with a confident smile. "I want your blessing." She looked at him with eyes older than time. "Blessings are bargains," she said. "What will you pay when the blessing asks you to pay back?" Adebola smiled even wider. He believed there was nothing he could not buy. "Name it." But she named nothing. Instead, she told him stories of men who took more than the world meant for them. Stories of rivers that refused to wash greedy hands. Stories that were warnings, but Adebola had only opportunity. Later that night, he walked her to the gate. The moon hung thin like a knife. Shadows danced softly around them. Something happened between them at that gate, a secret that Adebola carried back into his mansion with a smile too bright, too proud. Days passed. His riches multiplied faster than rainwater. More contracts. More land. More power. He believed he was unstoppable. But then the strange signs began. His tongue tasted like metal. Mirrors refused to flatter him. And one morning in the market, a small boy pointed at him and shouted, "Look! His bones are showing." People scolded the child, but the whisper spread like dry fire. Adebola grew tired quickly. Doctors found nothing wrong. He drank herbs, slept longer, worked harder. But at night, he began to hear strange dry clicks inside his arms, like tiny bones tapping a secret rhythm. His sister came to him. "Adebola, rest. Your body is warning you." But he ignored her. Pride is heavier than sickness. One dawn, he woke from a strange dream. In it, Aya Efo sat beside him near the sea. "You were given what you asked for," she said. "But you did not listen. Some blessings take from the body." He woke shaking. On his pillow lay a thin layer of white dust that looked like powdered bone. Still, he refused to believe. People in town began watching him differently, fearfully. A carpenter who once loved him left a carved elephant on his step, a quiet symbol of pity. That night, the mansion felt wrong. Too quiet. Too hollow. Adebola looked into a mirror and finally saw it. His cheekbones were sharper. His skin looked thin like old paper. And on his hand, a faint shape of bone pushed beneath the skin as if trying to break through. He stepped back, terrified. Then he heard a knock. The godmother stood in the doorway. "You were warned," she said softly. "Some debts are not paid with money." Some debts are paid with the body. He fell to his knees. Please, take it back. I will give you land, wealth, anything. Just take it back. But she shook her head. You cannot buy back what has already entered your bones. The story has started. You must walk inside it now. She turned and walked away into the night. As dawn crept over the horizon, Adebola looked down at his hand. A pale, thin finger bone pressed against the skin, clearer than before, as if trying to escape. Alice woke up to whispers that morning, whispers that the richest man had taken too much from fate, and now fate was collecting its price. Inside the mansion, Adebola heard a soft dry crack inside his chest. The first sound of a body slowly turning into bone. This is not the end, this is just the beginning. Subscribe now so you will not miss the part 2.